Autism. What if I told you some people may have autism, but they don't look different to anyone else? What if I told you it was a hidden illness? Sure, it may sound a bit scary, but on the whole, it's not a bad thing. It's just that nobody really knows what it's about. Most people seem to think that autism is caused by a defect on a genetic level. But in reality, scientists don't know what the cause is. There have been many arguments and theories about this, but all we can really say is that some people suffer from a disorder of neural development, and these people are known as autistics.
Good morning, Falcons. I'm Lexi Faubert here with
Susannah Mitchell.
And we're here to talk about autism and to answer any questions that you guys have about it. In your own words, could you explain what autism is?
Well, being a person that's dealt with it most of my life, I can tell you that basically it means, well, I'll compare it to kind of like a puzzle. Everyone loves puzzles. I do puzzles. Autism is basically just a disorder that affects the mind. Everyone's minds are wired differently. Someone with autism, their minds are much different than a normal person's would probably be. However, I have something slightly different, but it's still on the autism spectrum. It's known as Asperger's syndrome. Basically, that means I am on the more high-functioning side of the spectrum, but I still have to deal with some of the issues of having autism, social issues, and other things.
Thank you.
Autistics are normal people. They eat, they sleep, they can be happy, and they can be sad. The only difference is that they sometimes think, talk, and act in a particular way, and piece together everyday activities in a certain manner. The problem is, autism is a massive spectrum, and behaviour can range from the very odd to the very, very brilliant, with lots and lots of different types in between.
What are some of the other characteristics of people with autism?
Well, there are a lot of them. I have an older sister who's actually on the lower functioning end of the autism spectrum. She has nonverbal autism. Nonverbal autism basically means that person has they can talk, it's just not a lot, almost not as much as I'm saying, just like maybe like sometimes they'll repeat phrases over and over, or they can say what they want to, it's just it doesn't come out the right way, so to speak.
Right. Have you ever felt like you were treated differently because of your autism?
Personally, yes and no. People with autism or my range of autism, because of how we act sometimes, there are people who might consider people like me or with these issues a little odd or peculiar. Throughout my whole life, I've always felt different, but I never really started feeling that till about first grade. I've dealt with a lot of issues throughout my life, bullying and other things, and no one may have known about my issues, my autism, but it's still impacted me in a way. I'm a bit of a loner, so being with the friends I have, I treasure them. I do whatever I can to fit in, but I strive to not only find a way to fit in myself, but to help other people with autism to fit in as well.
What would you want others to learn from that experience?
Well, I can tell you this. I'm a very talented person. As demonstrated at the Special Olympics basketball games, I am a very good singer. I've always been. I play the oboe. I'm in a normal band like any other student in the school. I'm also a bit of an artist. I do like to sketch sometimes. I can do the same things that any other average student could possibly do. It just may seem a little more different or odd. I don't exactly fit in with either area. It's kind of like a coin, and like one side is autism, the other side is average normal person. That little rim on the edge, that's where I am. I don't fit in either place. Yet I can still mask a little bit of my autism so I can at least try to attempt to fit in.
Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Well, there are many different levels of autism, as I know, but there are still many other disorders out there that you may not even notice with people. There's dyslexia. That's a disorder that affects people's reading skills. They might read the word bad, but it might come out as BAB, B-A-B, which isn't even a real word. There are other disorders like ADHD, or there's Down syndrome. There's a lot of other disorders out there that some can be sort of masked, kind of like my Asperger's syndrome, but there are many others that even those people can't really hide. That's why I encourage those who are autistic or have their issues to embrace their differences. We may be different, but that doesn't mean we're just as normal as any other student.
Thank you so much for your time and explaining that with us.